Hey everybody, Muddy Al Capone's here, and welcome to episode 6 of our Minecraft 1.15 Survival Let's Play. So in today's episode, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go on our first major caving expedition in this world. I'm realizing that we've kind of hit a bottleneck in terms of how much iron we have and the other materials we have in order to do some of the builds that I want to do. Things like getting lanterns and whatnot require a lot of iron, and just sort of taking the game to the next level requires more resources than what we're getting up here at the surface. So today we're going to be diving into some caves. I think where we're going to go is, if we look over here, this is back towards our home base, so you can see the roof of our house, our pumpkin patch. I grabbed some wheat to make bread on my way over here. I think we're going to head off this way because this is where we found that little gap that led down to a ravine when we were exploring and getting some animals a few episodes ago. And ravines tend to connect to caves, and caves tend to connect to mine shafts and all that good stuff. So I think if we go in this direction and drop down into that hole we found earlier, that'll be a good place to start our caving expedition. In preparation for today, I got a shield, which you can see here. So, if you've been following me up to this point, you know I'm not exactly the best at combat, but I'm thinking that the shield should probably help a little bit with that. At the very least, I know I can block damage if a creeper explodes right up on me, or block arrows if a skeleton's shooting at me, so I feel a little bit better having that. And let's see, so I think where I need to head was down that way. It might take me a second to find it. I also seem to have walked right by this iron when I was here the first time, so let me go ahead and get that now. Future episodes, when I'm gathering things like iron and whatnot, I'll probably be strip mining. I won't always be doing caving, but the first major resource collection on this channel I wanted to do on camera. So I only have 1.5 pickaxes right now, iron pickaxes, just because I had spent so much of my iron, so I might have to pause at some point down in the cave in order to smelt some of what I gather. But yeah, I was running low. Just the basic tools. 2 iron is all I have left in my entire world right now, so I think it makes sense to go dive down into a cave and see if we can find some interesting stuff. So I've obviously been here before. Whoa, heard a spider. Ah, okay, so this is where I almost died that first time. Oh my gosh. You can go right up the walls. Come here, buddy. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. There's a witch down there, which I don't want to mess with. Somewhere around here is where I found that hole in the ground that I marked. And that's what I'm looking for. I had marked a hole in the ground that led down into a ravine. And I think we're coming up on that soon. Yep, okay, perfect. So right here, we've got a double torch, which is marking our spot. And this is where I was mining some iron that just plummeted. And let's zoom in there. Yeah, I think that's a ravine. It might just be a cave. I thought it was a ravine. We're going to dig down to try and get to it. I got to think about what's the best way to get down here. We're kind of right in the middle here. So if I dig off to the side, let's see how far this keeps going before we can get over. Of course, we've got some cobble now, so we can bridge across. I think if I can get to the wall of this thing and staircase down, that would be good. I do have a water bucket, so I could just kind of drop myself in there. I'm a little bit hesitant to do that just because I'm not the best at combat, so if I get down there without an easy, fast way to get up, I might pay for it. And actually, what I'm going to do is hold torches in my offhand just so you can see while I'm doing this. Obviously, once I get into a situation where I'm going to need to get into combat, I'll have to switch those off because a torch is not going to be as effective as a shield at blocking. But we make do with what we can. And we'll get some good coal over here too. Yeah, I was just running low on everything. I have 2 diamonds that I found in that treasure chest that we got from our buried treasure map, so that's nice, but I don't have any naturally earned diamonds, so if this cave system does end up going far enough down, I'll of course be looking for those. I'll get some redstone, some lapis, all that good stuff. redstone, like I said in an earlier episode, I don't really plan on doing a lot with redstone in terms of automated farms and things like that, but I do have a few things that I want to use it for. Powered rails. Maybe at some point I'm thinking one of the builds I want to do is a lighthouse, and that would require some observers and things like that. So I don't need a ton of redstone, but it's always nice to have some. More iron. I don't know if over time Minecraft has increased the generation rate of iron. I feel like it's easier to get more iron than it used to be. And I'm talking like a long time ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. It's been pretty stable recently, but it seems like it's pretty easy to get like a full stack of iron with not that much time spent in a cave. So let me see if I can... Oh, that was the wrong thing to drop. Alright, what I wanted to do was that, but I threw my pickaxe down there. So I guess now is as good a time as any to drop down. And I really regret doing that, but it's just going to be the way we're going to have to go to get down there. So, did I get my pickaxe back? Yes, I did. Okay. That guy wants to come get me. Everybody wants to come get me. Very popular. Let's just light up this base a little bit. And of course, when we're in a shaft like this, a ravine like this, things can spawn up there and drop down on us. So I want to watch out for that as well. But, you know, I'm not too worried about a zombie on his own. You know, that's not really a threat. He can't get past the running water. What I do want to watch out for, though, is creepers plummeting from the sky and deciding to blow me up. So actually, it's a good point. Now that I am in a place where I might need to have combat, I'll get my shield. I think a shield can tank a creeper explosion. I'm not 100% sure. I don't intend to find out on purpose, but if I find out by accident, that's great. So we got these. Do some nice leisurely combat against this guy here. Sorry, mister. And get some more iron. And some more coal. Ooh, uh-oh. Right. So I'm not gonna do all the coal gathering on camera if we get to the point where we've got a lot. Oh, there's a skeleton. I'll stop grabbing and I'll just get it at my own speed on my way back. But oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. And don't shoot me. Whoa, okay, so he just shot me in the head. Alright, there we go. Not today. Oh, Jesus. Okay. 2 of them. Alright. Oh, they're fighting each other. Why, thank you, Mr. Skeletons. Alright, so I'm going to let the guy in the back take out the guy in the front. And then I will go in. Yeah, thanks. Alright, not bad. Not bad. Could have been better, but not bad. Anytime you can let your enemies take care of each other for you, I'll consider that a victory. Okay, okay. Oh my god. Okay. So, as predicted, a creeper dropped down on top of me. I think that we are close enough that I shouldn't have any trouble getting back there and gathering up my stuff. But that was unpleasant, and I gotta say, that's kind of what I was expecting to happen. I didn't think it would happen that immediately. Yeah, I've got to relearn so many things playing this game. Usually the way I play Minecraft, I don't have to worry about things dropping on my head, so I'm not looking up, I'm not listening to sound cues. And I predicted it. I saw it was coming. So I've had another grave to our cemetery. But, you know, minor setbacks, I guess. I'm not thinking it's going to be too impossible to get our stuff back. Unless the creeper explosion destroyed it, I don't think it would have. I think we should basically be able to get down there and get everything back. The sun is setting, which I think actually in some ways might help us, as long as we get down there first, because if the sun sets, then creatures are more likely to spawn up on the surface. And if they're spawning on the surface, there's less creatures spawning under the surface. So in that sense, it actually might not be the worst if the sun is setting. And I did bring a bed with us, which, if I can find my stuff, should be down there with it. So I can always sleep if I come back up and it's nighttime. Alright, so let's ride this down. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. Gotta get all this stuff, get all this stuff. Okay. That could have been a lot worse. There's this skeleton to worry about. So let me do this. Take stock of things for a second. I'm gonna dig into the wall just to give myself a little bit of a respite. Let's see. Got armor, boots, pants, iron helmet. Let me clean up my inventory a little bit. I don't want to necessarily do all this on camera. Let me just clean up my inventory and I will come back once I'm a little more organized. Okay, that's a little better. So, we're still trapped in a basement though, fighting skeletons. So, come here, buddy. Actually, let's work on our timing. Yeah? Thank you. Yeah, okay, now you shoot me. Thanks. Alright, now I'll hit you. Yeah. Alright. I'm glad we could have some teamwork there, some coordination. Yeah, so basically I'm almost certain what happened is that a creeper spawned on one of those ledges up there and just dropped straight down onto the floor below, which happened to be right on me. And I did have a shield, I believe, at the time. I'll have to go back and look at the video, but I did not have it pulled up in time, so it was kind of a moot point. But I'm getting some good iron. It's also, not for nothing, but it's hard to focus on talking and fighting at the same time. I almost wish I wasn't in a ravine. I wish I was in like an actual cave, because I think that would be a little bit easier to navigate combat in. But let's keep going. Actually, let me make a few torches. So we're running a little bit low on those. And I'll hold those while we're walking too, just to give us some light. Yeah, there's a lot of iron. Ravines are great for iron, there's no doubt about that. It's probably the best way to see a bunch of exposed iron all at once. And of course, if your ravine is low enough, you might get some diamonds or redstone or things like that as well. This is just kind of a relatively close to the surface ravine, so I'm not really expecting to see any diamonds unless I find a cave system that goes dramatically lower. But that's okay, because my main mission today is to find iron, not necessarily diamonds. Diamonds would be nice, but, you know, that'll be what it'll be. Okay, so what have we here? It looks like this ravine goes into... not another ravine, that's just part of the same ravine, so that's nothing. But we'll light it up just in case. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello. I see some iron. Yep. So I guess we'll have Exploded by Creeper as our next tombstone marker. And when I built that graveyard last episode, that cemetery, I picked a size where I was like, oh, okay, like maybe I'll have a dozen deaths overall. And we're already at 2 in the last 2 episodes, so you know, might have to expand the graveyard. It might end up being like a big build at some point, like a industrial-sized graveyard. No, hopefully not. But I do feel I feel pretty good about the overall process of like learning combat. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna die here and there, but I think I'm gonna get better at the game overall, and those are skills that I'm gonna be able to carry forward for future plays. I'd be curious to know what the numbers are on what percentage of people play on peaceful mode versus normal mode. I think most people probably do play with the enemies. It's just something that I got in the habit of playing without, and I think I've mentioned a few times, I'm like 10 years into Minecraft at this point, and I have very little combat experience, which probably sounds kind of insane. But, yeah, I'm sure you're sick of watching me mine coal, so I'm going to pause for a second and just get some of this coal. Alright, so we got a decent amount of coal, and now we have a little zombie visitor. It's some of these coal veins are just so big. I feel like that's another thing I was mentioning earlier. I felt like there's more iron now than there used to be. I feel like coal veins are larger than they ever were before, which I think is good. You know, coal's one of those ones where it's just frustrating when you don't have enough of it, and you actually feel pretty good when you're at the point where you can just run right by it. I think it actually has probably helped us that it's nighttime outside. It feels like there's a little bit less spawning in here. I'm not 100% certain. This is where the creeper got us last time, though, so I'm definitely a little nervous about things dropping on us from above. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? There. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. I'm going to tower up. Hope I don't get hit by a skeleton. I'm just going to light up some of this stuff. It's always dangerous towering up, but I think I feel better doing this than not doing this. Actually, is that a cave over there? Might be. Is this okay? Yeah. I mean, it's not exactly obvious, but I'm pretty sure that this is a cave. This is like a cave that went right alongside the ravine. So, yeah. Oh, creeper, creeper. Right. Go away. Go away. Okay, I'll take that. That's fine. If you want to blow up, I'd rather have the gunpowder, but if you want to kill yourself, that's fine too. Yeah, so, oh, that's interesting. It's like it didn't fully load in, but you can see the monsters. Almost looks like a sunset outside. Oh. This guy. I also need to get a bow and arrow soon, I think. Like right now, I don't really have an effective way to fight this guy. Okay, well, if he wants to kill himself, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't even have a good way to get across there. But yeah, I should make a bow and arrow. I'll put that on my to-do list for when I get back up top. Because that is definitely something that will help me fight skeletons. Yeah, I'm still... That loading arrow is still there. Okay. Go ahead. Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Thank you. Alright, my turn. Alright. Yeah, combat. I saw a creeper over here too. 2 creepers. Let's see, if I play this right, I might be able to get one of them to blow up the other. Alright. That's, well, I lost the gunpowder off the first one, so it's a little annoying. But that could have gone a lot worse, honestly. I just saw lava come through the ceiling, didn't I? Did anyone else see that? I felt like I saw some little red droplets come down. Maybe not. Oh, I can definitely hear lava, yeah. So let me get some of this iron, too. I'm going to clear out everything I ran past along this hallway, and then come back once I get that. Okay, so we got a little bit of iron going here. I cleaned out this hallway. And then just did a little bit of smelting because my pickaxe is on its last legs, so I just wanted to make sure we didn't actually get into any trouble there with that. My sword's not doing so great either, but I think I will wait. It can get me a little bit further. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that didn't get stuck underground without a pickaxe, so that's good. Looks like we could probably use some more torches too. Yeah, coal's not going to be a problem. I've got over 2 stacks of coal just from this one excursion down here, so I'm not too worried about that anymore. I'm also coming up on a stack of iron. I think today my goal is going to be just to try and get 1 stack. I would certainly like to get some redstone and some lapis as well. If I can't, it's alright. I'm pretty high up coordinate-wise. I'm on level 41. I'm not 100% certain where redstone starts spawning, but I don't think it's at 41. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen it yet, and I think it's a little bit lower down. I'm not going to go crazy with how deep I go today. But the main mission was to get iron, and I'm accomplishing that, so I feel pretty good about that. And you know, it's funny, I'm kind of jumpy because of the combat, and I'm realizing that I've completely botched the whole left to the depths, right to the light kind of thing. This is more like left and right to wherever, because who knows. So, it's not going to be super easy to find my way out of this place if I keep going too deep, since I've kind of messed up that part of the equation. But it's just a guideline. It's okay if you don't do that. Actually, I'm going to steal this water source too, because I could use a full water bucket. It looks like the main way to go next is going to be over here. Oh, I hear a monster. This looks like a whole lot of business up in here. Let's get our cobblestone. Block this off. Where are you, buddy? I think someone's right above me or right below me. But anyway, we're going to take that, make a bunch more torches. Oh, there's a zombie. Come on. I'm going to punch you into lava, sorry. Bad times for zombie. Alright. What else do we got? Oh, okay. Woo! Right. And they were all just like waiting right above me, waiting to drop down. Uh-oh. It is amazing how quickly I can get myself into trouble. Yeah. Alright, there. That was, what is going on with this? Alright, there we go. That's not good. That was pretty bad. They got the drop on me, literally, and I didn't fight them so well. You know what? We'll come back this way. I'm just going to block it off for now. I'll leave that view, because nothing's coming through there, and that'll remind me to check it out later. And I think I saw a creeper over this way. Well, there was one. I don't see it anymore. Do I want to drop down there? How am I doing on iron? I've got a full stack. I've got enough things that I really don't want to lose what I have. I'm going to start heading back in the direction that I came from. So let me pause, get a little bit more coal, and if I find a new area, I'll come back. Alright, so I didn't see anything else super interesting on my way back to the central area. So I think it's as good a time as any for us to head up our water tower and get out of here. Grab this iron on my way out. Then I think the last thing to do today is just get back to base and then make ourselves a little tombstone as we celebrate our tragic loss at the hands of Mr. Creeper. It looks like it's nighttime. I'm not going to bother sleeping. I'm feeling comfortable enough in my abilities that I can run back home. It'd be nice if I wasn't getting shot at, but, you know, it's okay. Which way is home? Okay, here's our spruce forest. So if I keep going in this direction, okay. If I keep going in this direction, I'll get back home. So I'm going to pause and pick it back up when we get back to our house. Alright, home sweet home. So as I came back, I dodged some skeletons and some creepers, and now it's daytime again. And I'm realizing that I need to light up the area around our base a little bit better, so I don't have to deal with all of that going on. People hiding in places like that during the daytime where there's not enough light to burn them up. And I should probably have more lighting anyway, but you know, that's part of what this trip was trying to accomplish, getting all that iron ore that I had. Because the iron ore will allow me to make lanterns, etc., etc. So let's get that ore going. Do I want that there? It looks okay. It's fine. You know what? No, actually, I'm going to take that to the basement. This is the one I had built in the dungeon, in the ravine. So, yeah. I'll just drop that on top there. And anything valuable for this chest? I don't think so. This is all kind of just like low to mid-tier loot. But we will get that stack going. So I think I've got about 80, 90 iron. I think that's fine for where I'm at right now in the game. I don't feel like I need any more for a while. The next builds that I want to work on, I'm thinking about finally getting around to finding a better solution for my farming needs. So I'm going to want to get a sheep farm. I'm going to want to get a cow farm, a wheat farm, maybe a berry farm, all that good stuff. So let me drop these in here. Keep the cooked salmon. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Got a lot of coal. Inventory management is also something that I'll have to do better about in a future episode. So I'll find a place to build a little storage building, which will have lots of chests and allow me to organize a little better. So last time I think I used a cobblestone. I used one of these, a cobblestone wall as my tombstone. This time around, I'm going to go with just a block of smooth stone. So I'll take that. Spruce sign. Let's see. Blown up by creeper. Okay, so that is my official title of how I bought it this time. Blown up by creeper. Is this guy still over here? No, he disappeared. Alright, good. Yeah. Blown up by creeper. 6:14:20. Episode number 6. So we didn't even make it one episode before being blown up again tragically. But that's okay. You know, I'm expecting to die in this world. I don't mind dying. At a certain point, it's going to get annoying if I keep losing my experience because it's going to make enchanting harder, but that's the price I pay for not being good at combat. So I think this is a good place to stop here for today. Our cemetery is filling in faster than I'd like it to, but mission accomplished in terms of getting a lot of iron. So once I've got lanterns, I'll come back and I'll light this up a little bit better, but in future episodes, we're going to continue building out into the forest here, storage and farms, like I said, and then eventually, as we make our way towards that plains area, things like other houses, farmsteads, taverns, mills, all kinds of good stuff. So I'm excited about the potential future of this world, and I hope you will join me in next week's episode. So this has been Muddy Al Capones, and I will see you all soon.